In 2019, Mr. Simon Groot received the World Food Prize, the Nobel Prize for Food and Agriculture, for his transformative role in empowering millions of smallholder farmers in more than 60 countries. As the founder and director of East-West Seed, he developed a global network of seed producers who are transforming the lives of 20 million farmers every year. They now have greater access to nutritious vegetables for healthy diets. We are very honored to have him here with us today, Mr. Simon Groot. Welcome to our program.
Thank you.
East-West Seed has reached millions of smallholder farmers. Could you briefly tell us how it all started?
It started when, as an old seedsman in West Friesland, not far from here, I was traveling in several tropical countries and observed that the seed quality was far below the standards we were used to here. And I just couldn't stand the idea that all these poor farmers in all these tropical countries especially were using substandard seeds. So it was really my basic instincts as a seedsman that I wanted to improve their seeds.
Yes,
that was the start of the whole thing. And then, of course, it was a long whole way because the tropical countries have different climates and they have different needs of seeds than we have here. So we had to start from scratch again to train local people to take more interest in seed improvement. So we started to develop better seeds for the tropical climates. In one country in particular, it happened to be the Philippines.
Yes.
Just because I ran into a very constructive local partner who could give me all the connections I needed to achieve these goals. And we started training young Filipinos.
Oh. And what challenges did you meet along the way?
Well, there was the usual understanding what's the use of good seeds. Many people have no idea of what the quality of seed means to the farmer. For the farmer, the seed is a very primary source of his income.
Yeah.
And it all goes about farmers' income. And that has been the guiding leads in all our activities. How can we come up with products and knowledge that can improve small farmers' income?
Yes. And where does your priority lie? Do you consider yourself a development aid worker or a businessman?
It's a combination. It's both. And I think we had to build it up as a business that could stand on its own feet, because in the beginning we were very lonely in this long haul development.
Yeah.
It started in 1982. That was the founding year of East-West Seeds. So we are now nearly 40 years away, and we are still very busy in continuing our journey into Africa.
Yes, but Africa, of course, is a completely different country than the Philippines.
It is.
So what is the biggest difference?
Well, it's very hard to get into this kind of cultural description. Even within Asia, the cultures are all different between Philippines, Thailand and India. And you have to adjust to what's there and work with the mentality and the systems that exist in every country. And then again, Africa, very predominantly is the need for more farmer expertise.
Yes.
And that's what we are now really pushing very hard for.
So you have to educate them?
It's mostly a way of trying to support the African farmers in becoming better farmers.
So you have a system, I mean, your company
yes.
Provides these educations?
Yes, yes.
So
But we can only do that in a limited way. There is no functioning seed market now in Africa, so that's what we are trying to develop. But we need farmers that know how to handle better quality seeds.
But what could help you now?
Well, I think we are always, of course, lack of funding. We can only cover a limited amount of of territory in Africa. Africa has so many different countries, and as I said before, every country is different.
Yeah.
And you have to come in with a system that is adjusted to the local markets, especially the culture and the mentality of the people. Africa has, again, so many different types of people. It's not just one big bunch of people. It's a lot of different people.
Yes. There's still so much work to be done. Action is urgently needed. How do you think we can achieve accessible and affordable healthy diets for all?
Well, first of all, we have to have farmers that can produce more better vegetables. Vegetables are a crucial part of nutrition, quality of nutrition improvements. I think that's been one of the weaker points of the international systems, that they have been very much concentrating on staple foods, the carbohydrate foods like the grains and the rice and the wheat and the African tuber crops. And
you need vegetables.
You need a complement of vegetables to make the food complete and have a higher nutritional value even, especially for health. And there is so much malnutrition, but a lot of that is not just coming from a lack of calories, but from a lack of money to buy better vegetables. It was said a few times before. I think it's the poverty in the African countryside that is a very big handicap now.
Yeah.
And vegetable farming can alleviate rural poverty.
Yeah. Are you a hopeful man?
Oh yes, I am.
Yes.
I wouldn't be here if I were not at my advanced age. I'm still hoping that I can continue our mission and that the next generation in my family and also the young farmers especially seem to be very keen to follow in our tracks. And when they see the chance to make more money, that's what they want. Yes. Farmers are keen to increase their income.
Okay.
First question, any African farmer we contact will ask, what's in it for me?
Yes.
That's the basic question.
Yeah, and there's a lot. There's a lot to gain.
Yes.
There's a lot to gain. Okay, well, thank you very much, Mr. Simon Groot. You will stay here in the studio. So if people have a question for you later in the program, you may be able to answer those questions. Thank you for this moment.
All right.